We're moving pretty steadily through the lands of British Columbia. And... Excuse me? Are you kidding me? How did they get... Did they land troops over here? Wow, okay. Well, that's a 10 stack. Ah, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Can they siege this down? I'm not actually sure. I don't think so. No, they can't. That's a level 6. Wait. Why? Why are there British Columbian troops in Burgundy? That is not where you should be putting your troops. Maybe they went to war or are at war with Bohemian Trier, thanks to Britain, I would imagine. Aragonese Succession War. And Bohemia is losing. That does kind of help to explain a little bit of why I haven't seen the majority of their army. And also helps to explain why they had troops and possibly ships in the Atlantic. But now we have... Of course. So, once we take those two, we're going to move into Peachland and Penticton. And I'm going to want to go and clear out the ships here now. Now-ish, I should say. I was going to say, are they just going to sit there? No. But they're too late to move away, so... Alright, now we'll sit here. And we lost another heavy. Cool. Time to build universities. A revolt in our vassal again. Native assimilation in Des Moines. How are our colonies looking right now? Two native uprisings at the same time. $983 in Cedar Rapids. Let's recall that. And now we'll be working on forcing their navy out. Once we get to Vancouver Island. We have 99% war score right now. And that's full annexation and all of their money. All of their ships go away. They just have rebels. And they can apparently just get to move through my forts. No, extension, overextension first. And then cost. Okay. So, North America, for all intents and purposes, is mine. Reckless privateer. Enlisting the aid of privateers to wreck the trade efforts of our adversaries has proven beneficial to us, but also tends to attract unreliable and devious business partners. One captain has become notorious for skirting the rules and ignoring treaties our privateers are supposed to abide by, but also happens to be very efficient in raiding enemy ships. Perhaps these two traits are connected, perhaps not. Regardless of revoking the captain's letter of marque would be the diplomatically safe option, but would lose us our best privateer. Laws and treaties are more like guidelines anyway, or we will not tolerate outlaws in our employ. I don't need to improve relations. And I need to send... I'm going to send these guys to the port with the shipyard that I know exists. And this army will have to chase down those two. Where are they going? Mount Logan. What's great is if there are any rebels that, or any troops that were in Europe that they had, which I know I saw at least one army, then they're still around there. What's Russia doing? Why are they're at war with somebody? Aragonese Succession War as well. Who all is in that war? Bohemia is... Okay, so it's Bohemia and Trier against Great Britain, Aragon, British Pacific, Switzerland, and Russia. It's a pretty large war. I'll try to head the army off wherever they're going to. We are pretty far ahead of time on admin, so we don't really have to worry too much. Oh, they actually went up into the wasteland, or not wasteland, the uncolonizable stuff. We're trading in naval supplies. I think I still want that going through Mexico. Do I? Yes, I do. And eventually we'll want Mexico to steer towards Panama. I take that back. We want Mexico to steer towards Panama now. And I want them to privateer in the Peru node. because Panama is actually more valuable to us as a trade node. And I think we'll still loot a lot of trade treasure fleets that come through. So I should have checked how much I was making from trade before and after doing that. As much as I would like to upgrade trade buildings right now, I am going to focus on more of the same, and that is building universities. Okay, we're taking down one of the rebel armies. Where are these guys going? These guys need to go back home. Actually, we also have that army that I have to deal with at some point. Where are they going? Northwest Territories. See if we can catch them there. They are already locked in. Won't be there till April 4th, though. Where are list of colonies? So we're at 4 and nobody's on their way, so okay. I think not too long ago, our name was over on the East Coast, and now it's suddenly shifted to the entire opposite side of the country. And now it looks like we will catch them. Will we arrive before them? No. And they spawned natives. And we spawned natives. That's fine. Another army dealt with. Don't know where that army is going to go, but I'd like to stop it before it gets there. And we've converted Baton Rouge. And we're about to lose that missionary thing, right? Or the theologian? Yeah, we were actually 4 days away from losing it. Pretty good timing, I'd say. Take military tech. And we upgrade both our infantry and cavalry, I think is what it said, yes. What are we good at? Right now, our troops favor, or our generals favor fire, or shock. But I think our ideas favor morale. A little bit. Morale of armies plus 44.7%. Lessons of Valley Forge, abolish serfdom, power projection. Okay, so Slightly favored morale, even though, yeah, all the troops at this level are same morale pips. So that comes down to shock or fire. And I think more offensive is better, and that means the Karolians, I think, is actually how you pronounce that. I don't know, it's Swedish. If the Sabaton's song pronunciation is to be believed, then that is how you pronounce that. Ish. Where are they going? And also, we gain 1.8 Army Republican tradition every year right now. This guy's young too. Despite his terrible sinner trait, I'm going to keep him. Where are they going? Alright, go to the capital, I guess. And these armies will be the ones that deal with that. Oh, I forgot to change cavalry. Latin Hussars, Latin Dragoons, or Arme Blanche. We slightly favor morale. So the only difference there is offensive and defensive. And I will tend to favor offensive because we're a larger nation and we want to destroy as many enemies as possible in the as early as possible in a fight. And the total shock values are the same. Aren't they? No. Wait. So there's an 8 and a 6, and a 7 and a 7, and a 7 and a 6. So I think I'm going to go with the Arme Blanche. Sure. And we're no longer in manpower hell. Except we're about to be, probably. Because we are taking more attrition. Alright, where are you guys going? I love how the rebels can just move through my forts without a second thought. They don't need to siege anything down. Unless they decide they want to. Netherlands has lending libraries and book clubs. Price of paper increases again. I want to see something. Does Amsterdam usually produce paper? Like at the start of the game, do they produce paper? Or did that come about via the event? I don't know. Anyway. I am going to take this general and forced march. Basically, beeline for Central or for the Rio Grande, except they're moving to Amarillo now, so that's fun. Where are we going now? Alright, that's fine. That works. Turns out I didn't need to assign the general to either one, really. However, send that guy back to what he was doing. I'd really like for these guys, Liberty Desire, to be reduced. When does our Liberty Desire go back to, or Diplo Rep go back to normal? 1705? Okay. Also, I haven't been coring the stuff I've recently acquired. We actually gain a ton of corruption from too many territories. I don't know if that's not normal, like that's not a vanilla thing, is it? How much are we paying to root out corruption right now? 90 ducats a month. Can you imagine if we weren't rooting out that corruption from the too many territories? How much money we'd be saving? Oh, I can't wait until we have the Panama Canal built. Then we can just go down to Panama and have our ships be in the Atlantic one day and the Pacific the next. And our next war that we will choose to fight would be against French Columbia, which will have ships both in the Atlantic and the Pacific. And I'd be more worried about the ships in the Atlantic, I think, even though there are fewer in the Pacific. Still, that's the way to go, I think. And representing Lincoln, Nebraska. And we have a ton of money right now. Has anywhere embraced the Enlightenment yet in our country? It has not. Rightful ownership. Oh my god, really? Where's this landing bay? Six development, produces cocoa, which is really good. It is only a territorial core for us. Fine, you can have it. By the way, the Aleut Islands are going to definitely have to have a fort on them. I'd even be willing to destroy, or... No, not the Aleut Islands. That's a bad idea. Because the bad part comes when I have to take them back after somebody sieges them, if ever. Which, I mean, why would you? Because that's a terrible place to siege, because I think it's Arctic, so attrition is high, and supply limit is way down. I can create a client state if I so desire, but why would I do that, ever? Oh, and I just have these guys not doing anything, not even moving. So, I suppose I just lost a lot of troops there. Portugal has announced me as their new rival. Why do we keep switching back and forth like that? Oh, then again, I guess they own the majority of Africa, so that would be why. And I should probably be watching my vassals' rebels more closely. Oh yeah, Great Britain has these separatists here. Or not the separatists, the province here. I hate the trade crisis event. So for 1 year, we get trade efficiency minus 10% if we spend Diplo points, or we get a year of trade efficiency minus 25%. Cores are starting to finish. And we have a ton of things to core still. Alright, let's separate these guys out before too much attrition gets caused. And they will take one tick of attrition. Or no, they won't. They've already left. Cool. Mason City. How much money are we making? 209. And I think I forgot to resend a colonist. Alright. Cores are being made. And we're probably going to have that happening every month now for a long time. And we've raided a treasure fleet. So, still glad I sent them down to Peru. And it looks like our main fleet has arrived in Panama. A lot of our forts now seem pretty obsolete, seeing as they're in the middle of the country, and probably will not be useful at all, ever. But it's fine. Alright, so we will continue coring, and hopefully once Miskato's Liberty Desire gets low enough, we'll... oh, it's at 67% right now. I suppose now would be the best time to do this. We are ahead of time on Diplotech, right? For 10 years, so... yeah, let's do it. It's going to take a long time. 13 years. But, they're no longer disloyal. And after that, we'll have 2 extra slots for Diplo relations. Speaking of which, I think I meant to go look for a new ally somewhere, anywhere in the world that would have me. Brittany is a possibility. They're allied to my ally Burgundy. By the way, speaking of my allies, Burgundy has 25 favors with us. That was Burgundy. Russia has... we have 6 with Russia. And 22 with Japan. So Brittany wouldn't really be that strong. Who are my rivals right now? Timurids, Ming, and Great Britain. So who are the Timurids rivaled to? I don't want Sistan. Ever. No. Stop. Better. Okay. Timurids are rivaled by Russia and Ming, or they're rivaled by Ajam, Vijayanagar, Ming, me, and Russia. Okay. And they rival Ajam, Russia, and Ming. So Ming is not a possible ally for me between the Timurids. The Timurids are actually pretty big. I mean, I should expect that considering I can rival them and I'm huge. Ming's rivals. The Ottomans. I'm allied to Russia, so that's going to be a no. What about Japan? Who are they allied with? Okay, Ryukyu. I'm not allying Ryukyu. As awesome as that might be. Japan pays Ryukyu subsidies every month. Okay. Alright. Portugal wants all of my land. Castile probably wants all of my land. Aragon. Aragon is a vassal, a junior partner of Great Britain. And is already being supported by Burgundy and Castile. Yep, that's where my Diplo relation slot's going. So, we will probably be called into a war soonish, I would imagine. Because with allies like that, who's Great Britain allied with again? Brandon. Oh, how big is Brandenburg? Not big. Okay. Switzerland and okay, so we'd end up at war with Russia. Am I okay with that? Yes, I think, because we could probably pretty easily get the alliance back. Though I'm not sure about that. Still, I don't want to see Aragon be under the control of Great Britain. So we will support their independence and actually fight for them. Fight to get them out of that if the war happens. Portugal won't join in on that, will they? Because I think Portugal, to me, is possibly the scariest country in the game right now, because I would have difficulty getting over to their colonies in Africa. And right now I don't have a lot of manpower, which would suck if they declared the war, like, tomorrow. Okay, so far no. We're good for another month. Well, another day at least. Also, I am going to recall one of these colonists that I recently sent, because one of our provinces, or one of our colonies, is about to finish. So we'll send him up there, call it good, build a bunch of new universities. Not as much as I'd hope to do, but it's fine. Let's continue drilling, and we control all but one province in North America. Well, I guess technically these two count as North America as well, but that would be splitting hairs, in my opinion.